Hi, welcome back to the channel. So today, in light of having to go to a CPR class this morning, I decided I wanted to rate some of my side quests I've done. And I've done a lot. So I'm only going to give you 4, because those 4 are kind of like my favorite ones that I've done. But yeah, let's get started. So my very first side quest I did started back in 2022, and it is the one that a lot of people kind of like, if you know me IRL, you're kind of like, yeah, that tracks for you, especially because I went to school for multimedia production. And that would be background acting. I did this from 2022 all the way up until 2025, and I worked on movies, TV shows, and I did one commercial. And if you don't know what a background actor is, it's essentially the people that fill up the scene in TV shows, movies, and commercials. And yeah, it was really fun. I loved it. I did it while I was in Chicago. And I did a lot of the One Chicago shows. So Chicago Med, Chicago Fire, and Chicago PD. And then I did one movie. I did One Time on the Bear, but that ended up being nixed. Like, our scene that we filmed got nixed. And then I did an episode of Dark Matter. Yeah, it was really fun. I really loved it. So I moved to Chicago in 2022, and then literally a month later, I started doing background acting, and I think it was the fastest way I learned the city, and the most fun way to learn the city, I learned bus routes from it. I learned different areas. I met a lot of people, and it was just a lot of fun. I would rate it probably a 10 out of 10, just for my personal rating scale. My second side quest is the most random side quest, because if you, again, know me IRL, you know that science was not my best subject. In high school, I almost failed it. In college, I took biology twice, and it was a miracle that I even passed it the second time. And I just am somebody who's more artsy, more English, more creative writing, more history than I am sciencey. And so a lot of people think that this side quest was the most random. And that would be EMT school. Yes, I did go to EMT school, and I did get certified for EMT. I was not state certified at all, but I was at least certified through the school. So I couldn't actually do anything, but still cool side quest to do. And I did that in 2024, I want to say 2023 or 2020. No, it was definitely 2023. I did it 2023. It was a semester out of school, and it was actually a lot of fun. It was a lot of hard work. But I shocked myself and was able to do all the sciencey stuff, which was really cool. And it kind of made for some good creative writing fan fiction using sciencey facts and stuff like that, which was kind of nice. But yeah, I really, really liked it. It was, again, another way to meet people, get out of my comfort zone, and try something new. And I loved it. And I would rate that probably a 6.5 out of 10. And then my third side quest is I did acting school. Which, listen, I did On Camera 1 and On Camera 2. Both were really fun. On Camera 2 was a lot harder, obviously. But I learned how to do cold reads, and I did a lot of self-tapes during that time for student films and just little short films and stuff like that I had found on Facebook and on Backstage, and I was doing a lot of self-tapes during that time. Didn't get booked for anything, but if it's any consolation, I at least had fun, and I got some pretty sick headshots. I would rate that one probably, I would rate it like a 7.5 out of 10. My fourth and final side quest is I did aerial hammocks or aerial silks, depending on where you're like going and taking classes. I did it twice. I did it at two different places. One of the places called it aerial hammocks, and then the other place called it aerial silks. I liked the second place a lot better than the first place because the first place, it wasn't that it wasn't safe per se, but it was like what the mat we were using to like catch us if we hypothetically fell out of the hammock was kind of like one of those gym mats that you find, like the black gym mats that you can get at the gym. Whereas at the aerial silks place, it was kind of like circus style a little bit. So it was like big gymnastics mat. And I felt like we did a lot more aerial stuff at the second place than the first place. The first place kind of had us do like yoga a little bit with the hammocks, which like wasn't bad. I mean, you need that upper body strength from yoga to be able to do a lot of the flips and tricks and stuff like that that come with aerial. But I preferred the second place, even though it was a little bit further out of my way. And I did that in 2025. And honestly, if I had the money, I would go back and do more. And I would rate that one an 8 out of 10. I am somebody who I think my goal in life is to acquire as many fun side quests, certificates, life experiences as possible so that I can either be considered the fun aunt if my siblings decide to have any children, or if any of my cousins have children. I'm also wanting to like have these experiences, so if I have children, I can be that fun mom who can be like, yeah, look at all these things I did. Look at all these things you can accomplish in your life, you know? Yeah. But yeah. See you in the next one, and talk to you later. Bye.